Hello park builders and welcome back. In my last video I realized I forgot to show you the beautiful dinosaurs we placed in our enclosures, so that's what I do here. And actually I have to admit that I was a little bit lazy in my last videos, so yeah, I want to change that. As you can see, I placed also a little bit of decoration like this tree in the back in after the last video actually, and there's yeah, things I try to do this time. So we have a speed build today. I place those two areas you can see there, left and right. There are going to be two enclosures. That's the plan for today. And first I want to show you what I did with the rest of the park, or the place we had left over last time. So I put a restroom over there and a shelter and just filled up the rest with trees. Some decorations over here, and at this yeah, path I placed some flags, but that's what I wanted to do anyway. And yeah, so let's start with the path. The plan was from this place over there going to back to the entrance point, so I thought maybe we can connect it over here, just like there, I think. Yes, that works fine. And just for the view, I wanted to yeah, make the path a little bit wider with another path. So I did this also in some of my other parks. And just, yeah, for that, that's, as you can see now, it's the same color from this other path, so the brown one, I would like to say. And I think it fits much better when it has two colors at this point. And yeah, so we can place some lights on this now. So we have the same decoration, the same output like in the rest of the park, so it looks all the same. And I also did this on the other side from the road, so you can see I stop here and then I did it also on the other side, but let's flat this one first. So let's do the same on the other side, because then you have a little bit of differentiation in the path. So as you can see here, I tried to find a place where the path is clipping in, because when you do that, the path won't take over the color. So the gray, how do I explain that? If you don't put the clipping parts, the brown path would go into the gray path, and then you have those ugly structures in it. And if you do it like this, you can see now you have a straight line. Placing some lights here too. A lot of lights. And yeah, now we have connected the path from the other side, from the one side of the park to the entrance point. And I thought, as we used this fence in our last enclosure, we can use it on this side too. So it's like a little bit, this part of the park is like the old part. For example, if you go to a like a zoo or something, you also have some old parts and you have some newer parts of the park, and that's what I try to build here too. So we use the old fence, and then it's, yeah, it looks like an old part of this park. And of course we place some viewing galleries. I try to fit it in with the ground a little bit, and just flattened it down. And then I started with the fence. The reason why I did a speed build today, not only because I was lazy, but what I meant with that is that when I build a park and I have to speak at the same time, I focus on what I'm saying and not on what I'm building. So this time I tried to just build a little bit, had some music in the background, and was very creative, I think. And with this voiceover that I do now, it's much easier. So now I can focus on what I'm saying without building, and before I can build without thinking about what I'm saying. And I hope you like the result. If you like those speed builds more, please say it in the comments. I will do it in my next videos too. By the way, the next video will be the park tour, so not a speed build. And after that, we will start a new project where actually, I don't know where we go then. Maybe in the desert. I didn't make my decision now, or yet. So this is going to be a herbivore enclosure with the ankylosaurus. One skin is the bumpy skin, and the other one is from Jurassic Park. And then I thought the place where now the hatcheries are could be a very nice spot for a industrial area. So I tried to connect the path over there, or just place the path for me to think about, okay, where is going the path to be and where has to be the enclosure then. So we have a really huge space for an enclosure now, and now I'm just trying to find out which viewing gallery must be the best for this enclosure, and I decided for the tree. But actually I delayed it later, so I make another decision, but there will be a tree in this enclosure. Just flatten the ground a little bit. I'm a little bit of perfectionist what this is, with this flatten down the path, because it's so unrealistic when the guests have to like fall down the path to go further, and that's why I always flat it down a little bit. In this enclosure I use a mix of the plants the dinosaurs needs, and also with some forest, or just like normal trees, but I used a forest painting, and then I've placed some decorations with trees, as you can see there, and a lot of rocks. Mostly, I think when you don't, I would want to say that I do not have much effort with the rocks, but I place them randomly. I start with the big ones and then go ahead with smaller ones, and I think mostly it looks very nice. So yeah, I don't think about how I place the rocks, so I just place some big rocks and then randomly place some smaller rocks between them or next to them, and I think the result is mostly nice. I think it's fine. I know that other YouTubers or people or builders put much more effort in it, but yeah, I think it's not necessary actually. Then work with some elevation over here, and of course some forest and some plants. Then I tried to find out which ground is the best, and mixed some textures, and there we have Bumpy. Still one of my favorite skins yet. For the Ankylosaurus, of course. And yeah, this enclosure will be a carnivore enclosure. So I also use a Jurassic Park fence, but I use the... Is it from the T-Rex enclosure in the movie? I think so. But it's the bigger one. And actually at this point I didn't decided which dinosaur I would like to have here. I thought about the T-Rex, but yeah, it's not going to be the T-Rex, you will see. So here you can see, I thought about the T-Rex. And then I thought, okay, maybe another one, but don't want to have an, is it a hybrid dinosaur? So I decided to have the Giganotosaurus with the Jurassic World skin or variations. And now you can see I was struggling with the viewing galleries because I thought, okay, maybe this one is too big for this area and the tree is too small for the bigger area. So I connected the tree there, erased the tree over there, and put a viewing gallery on this spot. Filled up the rest with trees, of course, and placed a gate. And then I realized I was forgetting about the water. So I place a little, like a river, make it a little bit smaller at some points. And actually, I liked the texture that it made in here, so I decided to just make a rock texture over there. So just leave it like here, how it looks. Sometimes you just start with a project, you don't know how it would like, how it will look, and then you realize, okay, that's very nice and it works out very well. Again, some random stones, rocks. Then fill it up with plants, and it looks very nice. And there are going our dinosaurs. Fill up the rest with trees. And now I made a platform just because I thought maybe it looks very nice, and also make a rock texture in the background. so it fits a little bit with the part in the where the water is. And yeah, that's our dinosaurs over there. And yeah, I was thinking, what could I place in these empty spaces? And I decided to hide the tree a little bit, and this platform over here, I was trying with some ground leaf, some textures, and thought about what looks best. And now I'm decorate the path side or the outside from the enclosure a little bit. Of course with some rocks, because it's the easiest way to have a very nice looking at this part. And I also did it on other parts in the park, so I thought maybe it's quite nice to have it similar to the other parts. So I skipped this part a little bit because it's actually very boring. And now you can see the result. So I think it's very cool. I did the same at the rest of the path. But yeah, I will show you this at our tour. So this is what we built today. So we have this beautiful enclosure for our Giganotosaurus, and this other beautiful enclosure with the Ankylosaurus. This one is from the Jurassic Park. And with Bumpy sleeping over here, I would like to say thank you, and yeah, have a great day.